I'm Dave Santillo. I'm an ecological restoration specialist and environmental scientist, and I am here at La Vita Succa. It's a co-housing and ecological community project in Roseto, Valfatore, Italy, in Puglia. Pretty much an idyllic small town location, and we are going to talk about permaculture conversion of this property. When you talk about permaculture, look at the word. It's a combination of permanent and culture. You're talking about farming and being able to do it long term with a minimum of input of energy and outside resources, pesticides, fertilizers, and even water. You're working to be in harmony with the earth and not against it. Good not just for the land here on the property, but the surrounding ecosystem. You're working to be self-sufficient and self-reliant and also sustainable. The land at La Vita Succa is located on the edge of the village. It's in an area that has been used by humans and farmed for hundreds of years, so the land here is a little bit worn out. It's been heavily grazed. There's poor soil structure in areas. There's invasive plants. And the permaculture plan and conversion will seek to improve upon that and rectify it. So when we talk about permaculture, we have to recognize that healing and restoring this land is part of the deal. And what we do here is both affected by and affects neighboring land and surrounding land. What we do is first we assess what we have to begin with, what we have to work with here on the land. And in the case of La Vita Succa, we're pretty lucky. It's in an excellent spot in the landscape. We're on a south-facing slope. We have an exposed hill at the very top. We have a slope where water is running down, water we can use for various purposes. And then we have the homestead at the bottom. I mentioned that we have an existing vegetable garden and orchard here at La Vita Succa. It's conventional. It requires input of fertilizer, manpower, labor to keep it clear, it requires energy, and we want to convert it to no-till and regenerative farming to build the soil instead of depleting it. Also, we want to bring the orchard back. A lot of the trees in the orchard have not been maintained in a number of years, have not been pruned, and we want to bring them back to abundance. We want to create a food forest and plant some guilds among the orchards. We also want to create a diverse wild forest up above on the highest parts of the slope, places where we can mimic nature, also a place of meditation for guests. Also, the property, we would like to support some sheep and bees for honey production. What we had when we first came up to the garden was we had a garden that hadn't been worked in several years, and it was covered by annual and perennial weeds. So we had a little bit of reclamation to do, and again, we wanted to convert it to no-till, regenerative soils. And how we did that was we laid the garden out with permanent paths. We laid down cardboard and then layered compost on top of it, installed irrigation, and designed areas with where we would plant pollinator plants to attract beneficial insects that would control garden pests. No-till farming, you want to be able to prepare the soil without mixing the soil, without breaking up the soil horizons and affecting the soil microfauna. So first thing we did is cut the vegetation at the ground surface, and then we worked the soil with a broad fork and a shovel just to let some air into it and to let some of the organic matter down into the soil. So you can see a bed here that is nearing being ready for planting. We laid a layer of cardboard over the cut weeds, and then we covered it in compost, laid down irrigation, and this will be an annual process. This year, it's early, we'll plant things into it through the cardboard. We expect some weeds, but each year, after each harvest, there'll be another layer of cardboard laid down, another layer of compost. Each year, we'll build that topsoil, the productivity of the soil, regenerate the soil, improve the soil instead of depleting it. So we've been talking about all the fun stuff, the early parts of permaculture planning. the sketching, the assessing the land, shovels in the ground, getting the beds ready. And after this comes the important part of implementing and carrying forward the plan. And for this, I hand off to Liz.
Thank you. They'll be in safe hands.